So we'll just start off with a knot in the end of your thread. And we're just going to start in from the end. So you've got your 5 pins in there. If you're just starting, you might even want to put another couple of pins in between. If it makes it go smoother and quicker for you, it's entirely up to you. So start in maybe that far, a couple of stitches in from the end. And I always start each piece off. It doesn't matter whether I'm curve piecing or just straight stitching, but whenever I'm hand piecing, I always do a little back stitch at the end. Just make sure you're coming through to the end, matching your points up, because that's important for when this block matches up with the next thing. And just do 1 or 2 stitches at a time when you're first starting, because it is fiddly. You will feel like you're all thumbs. And just do, maybe we'll just do 1 and see what it's. Just make sure that your stitching is matching up front and back on the sewing line. That's all you need to do, really. If you start going off, if your sewing lines aren't matching up front and back, you end up with a weird kind of shape. So if it means that you just do 1 or 2 stitches at a time and match up, that's fine. You will get faster. I haven't done this for a while, so I'm probably a bit of a slow coach. Anyway, 2 or 3 stitches. Check on the back, that's okay. I'm just unthread my thread, which always doesn't help. Had to pause the video while I threaded my needle. I'm going to have to get myself a needle threader, I think. Anyway, so we're so far so good. We're matched up. Couple more things, couple more stitches. Check you're on the back. And just keep going like this. You will find that some fabrics behave nicer than others on the curve. It is a different prospect sewing linen on the top versus linen on the bottom. With if you've got Liberty fabric on the bias, it won't fray as much as this linen is, and sometimes it's a bit nicer to sew that way. But you can't beat linen for the effect it gives on a quilt. Now, every now and again, give it a bit of a feel and just kind of, it's like anything. If you do a whole lot of running stitches in a row, if you pull it too tight, you'll end up with a bit of a gather. So when you get about halfway, just give it a feel and smooth it along. And I'd always do that at the end before you finish off, so that you make sure your stitches aren't too tight. And just do a little back stitch at the end, like you did at the beginning. And then I just do a couple of over sews just to finish off. Everyone finishes and starts different. This is just the way I think I learnt to do, and I've just kept doing this. All right, so I wouldn't take that straight to the iron. I would actually finger press. And like with all my patterns, I talk about which way do you want things to appear when you're quilting, especially if you're going to hand quilt it. And if you have a look at these, I've pressed them so that the Liberty, everything goes towards the Liberty. So that way it makes the quarter circle pop. And just the heat of your hands, you can just finger press that. You can use one of those plastic finger presses if you want. It's entirely up to you. But just give it a bit of a massage with your fingers, and you've got your quarter circle. Now you can go and take that to the machine, to the iron, and iron it if you want, but it's your quarter circle. Hope that helps you.